I traded 2 big keys for 1 huge key right here that I'm going to open up with you guys. And then I'm going to talk about why the comic book collecting community is so important to get involved with. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video with Swaggle. And in this video, I got a box I'm going to open up here because there is 1 huge key that I am very excited to have my hands on. I traded 2 big keys in my comic book collection for this 1 key, but I'm very, very excited I did because, yes, in fact, this is going to be something for my Avengers Grail run, and we're going to get to it in a second. But before I open up the box, if you guys could drop me a like or a comment or subscribe if you're enjoying the content, help support the channel, do one of those things, and I would appreciate it. All right, that said, let us open this box. Let's get right to it. You know, just like yesterday, I had a book that I opened up. I got another one here today. It's like Christmas morning at the Swaggle residence, and this is going to be a lot of fun. So this is a book that I guess I have to set a little bit of the stage. This is one that is I was traded by somebody in the community, one of the great comic book community members. He is somebody who has been a fan of the channel, has supported the channel a lot, has supported other great comic book content channels as well. And what had happened was when I had put out into the videos that I was doing my Avengers Grail run, this person had reached out to me and said, you know, I happen to have this particular book that I have an extra copy of it, and I would be, you know, willing to, you know, part with it if you are interested. And he was being extremely generous and offering the book like way under, you know, fair market value of what this book actually should be. And I told him, I said, you know, hey, thank you so much, but you know, I would feel bad. I mean, I feel like I should provide you something in return. So, you know, we had chit-chatted back and forth on Instagram a few different times, and eventually it got to the point where, you know, you guys know me, I have been picking up Tales to Astonish 90 First Appearance of Abominations. I've had multiple copies of them, and with all the, you know, hype surrounding the trailer when Abomination is going to show up in Shang-Chi, I was actually going to list one of those Tales to Astonish 90 books. But then I mentioned to this person, I said, hey, you know, I have this book right here, an extra copy. I don't know if you have it. I don't know if you're interested, but I have this. And I also have a Journey into Mystery number 107, First Appearance of Grey Gargoyle. It was just an extra copy I had, and the First Appearance of Carnilla, which is also a pretty hot book. And those 2 books combined actually somewhat equaled the value of this book right here. Like, I still feel like I got an incredible deal from this person, but we were able to sort of work it out in a trade, and now I'm going to open this thing, and look at this packaging. This is just like professional packaging all around. We got the painter's tape here, really great. I mean, I'm totally building up the anticipation for you guys. You guys are probably just like, just open this book already. This is very cool here. Hey, look at this. It's a Comic Tom mystery mail call box. This is my first Comic Tom mystery. No, I'm just kidding. I guess this particular person, of course, I'm going to disclose the name once I open up the book. But this person had an extra mail call from Comic Tom. Let me guys know, do you guys subscribe to the Comic Tom mail call? I mean, I love Comic Tom's channel. I think he does great work. I would be interested to pick up a mystery box, although, you know, maybe I should do a video of this. I personally don't like the ideas of mystery boxes overall. It's not really for me, but maybe I should do one. Anyways, this is the book. Let's open it up here. Oh my God, super well packed. All right, a letter to me. Look at this. Look at this. Mickey, I know this Avengers 2 is going to a good home. Continued success on your run. And this person, of course, is Dan De La Torre, the great comic book community member, one who I have deemed Oprah. And guys, we just got to keep opening. I mean, this is so well protected, so professionally shipped. I really appreciate that. And it's actually kind of good that there's so many materials I'm getting right here because, you know, I like to reuse materials. I don't know if you guys should do that too. Whenever you order stuff, you definitely should reuse the materials you get. All right, without further ado, I had a Tales to Astonish 90 and a Journey into Mystery 107 that I traded to Dan, and in return, he sent me this absolutely beautiful copy of Avengers number 2, second appearance of the Avengers team, first appearance of Avengers Mansion, and most importantly, first appearance of the Space Phantom. Yes, one of the premier villains of all of Marvel comic books, the Space Phantom, would go on to have a historic comic book. No, nobody cares about the Space Phantom. Although the Space Phantom in Avengers Forever was retconned to actually be a alien who comes from Limbo and he's working for Immortus. So do you actually think that the Space Phantom would be a character that they would write into the MCU working for Immortus? I don't think so, but this is really awesome. I mean, this is so cool to get this book. I feel like Avengers 2 overall as a comic, like, even though it's like, you know, it's not like necessarily like a super, super key in terms of it being like, oh, the first appearance of this, the first appearance of that. I just feel like this book alone is just, this is such a hard book to come by. I mean, there are very, very few copies on eBay overall for a book like this. I've only seen this once in person at a comic shop, and it was very expensive for what it was being sold for. It was like a 1.5 grade as well. And I just feel like this is one of those books that, for whatever reason, extremely rare to find, extremely hard to come by grades that are actually in good shape. I mean, I don't know what the grade is here, you know, like lower midish grade, but it presents absolutely beautiful. I mean, this is like, I'm so happy to have this book. So I'm super, super, super pleased that I was able to work out this trade with Dan. So Dan, thank you very, very much. I really, really appreciate this. This will be a book that I think I'm going to put on the wall, at least for you guys to enjoy and see. I'm certainly going to enjoy it. And yeah, I've always loved the yellow cover of Avengers #2. I mean, it's so striking. I mean, it's so comic booky. One of the reasons why I love the Silver Age comics so much, the art style. I mean, granted, like the art today of modern comic books obviously is like much better than this art. I mean, this is like, you know, the art has evolved in the way that technology has evolved, etc. But I just love the classic drawing style that came from the Silver Age, and that's one of the reasons why I'm so excited to have this book on top of the other Silver Age books that I've had my hands on. So Avengers #2 from 1963, second appearance of the Avengers. Super, super excited to have that. So now we got to talk about the comic book community and why I feel like it is so important to get involved. I mean, having this channel has been an amazing experience for me. I mean, when I started this channel, I didn't really have any aspirations for it. I just felt like, hey, I'm really into comic books. I feel a little more confident in talking about them. Let me put out some info into the world and connect with some people, because I'm sure that you guys kind of like me. I mean, I don't know that many people in my real life that are into comic books. I mean, I know a couple people who kind of like comic books. I have one friend who we chat on WhatsApp about it, but overall, like, the people who I now know that are into comic books are all people that I've met through this community on YouTube or on Instagram or in other people's YouTube channels, live streams, etc. And what I want to say to you guys, in case you're somebody who hasn't really gotten involved in the community, I highly recommend you do so. I mean, I think you don't have to be someone who decides you're going to make a YouTube channel, or you don't have to make like an Instagram dedicated only to comic books or whatever. But I highly recommend that you get involved with the people who are creating the content in the community, whether they're live streams or Instagram feeds, or maybe you just want to follow someone who posts memes about comic book collecting. I mean, it's such a great hobby that only really blossoms into like its fullest form when you actually get involved in the social components to the community itself. And being involved in the community is more than just exchanging comic books online. I mean, it's about finding out what books you may want to get your hands on, what books like you might have good speculation value, what books might be good for investing. It's just a way to learn about comic books as a whole, or learn about the history of certain books. Maybe you have you'll find a new appreciation for a certain book when you hear someone's perspective on it. I certainly do. I put out my perspective to you guys, and I learn a lot from the comments that I get back from you guys as well. So it's a two-way street, and it's really great to get involved. On top of that, sometimes you could be involved in the community and learn about a comic book show that you may want to go to. Which, in case you guys don't know, there's a great comic book show coming up in a couple weeks called Torpedo Con that is in the Los Angeles area, and I will definitely be attending. So if you are in the Southern California area, or you plan on going to Torpedo Con in some kind of way, hey, hey, be sure to come up to me and say hello. Would love to meet you guys and talk comic books. But if you are not going to the show, don't worry. I will definitely be making a video about it. Maybe I'll make 2 videos about it. I mean, it's over the course of the whole weekend. And, you know, I've been selling off a lot of comic books and saving up some cash. So I definitely feel like I'm going to go pretty crazy when I'm at the show. So stay tuned for that. So to me, like, I feel like generally speaking, the community is a really positive place. People really love this hobby, and people want to make, you know, good, honest transactions. And just to also say, like, I mean, again, you don't have to have a YouTube channel to get involved. I mean, I met Dan actually through another YouTube channel in a live stream there. I mean, I believe that I had interactions with him before he ever saw one of my videos. So I already built that rapport with him and that relationship. And it was only after we started talking that I think that he actually started to watch some of the videos. So you can meet other people in the community without being like a content creator or whatever it is. And I'm really pleased that I was able to do that, because without having that relationship, I wouldn't be having this book right here. And on top of that, just the other thing I want to say, you know, just to relate it back to the other video I did the other week talking about running your comic book collection like a sports franchise. This to me was a great example of like, here, you know, this is what people in the hockey industry would call a hockey trade, where you trade like a forward for a defenseman, right? A need for a need with between 2 teams. This was a need for a need. I'm working on my Avengers Grail run. Dan happened to have an extra copy of Avengers #2. He didn't have a Tales to Astonish 90, First Abomination, a comic book that's gotten very hot. So this, and I happen to have an extra copy of Tales to Astonish 90. So this just worked out perfectly, where it's like, it's a total comic book trade, 1-for-1. We playing Swaggle Ball here, and we were able to improve our franchise and get our hands on this book. Well, that is all I have for this video. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Thank you so much, Dan, for making this trade happen. Definitely, if you are out there, get involved in the comic book community. Trade some of your comic books, a great way to acquire comic books, not just buying them. And the more you can get involved, the more fulfilling I think that the hobby is going to be for everyone. Anyways, drop me a like, comment, subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and I will see you in the next video.